Maligned play just Rodin Oval on Kayla.
Hello, everyone. Hi, friends. How are we doing? How are folks doing? Oh, I forgot to press the button to hide the buttons. I have so many tabs open, even more than usual. Laura's downloading Munchkins again.
I am downloading Munchkins.
I don't think they're real. I don't think they're real. I don't think the Munchkins are real.
The Munchkins are real. The Munchkins are real. You gotta believe. You gotta trust in the process.
I want to believe. Oh,
I don't
glitch about that.
I don't care that this download has failed at least 9 times. I'm downloading these fucking Munchkins before this game ends.
Glitch about that. Elliot will not be joining us today, unfortunately. Elliot is having a pretty bad migraine, so nevertheless, we shall press on.
We shall continue forth.
Yes. Yeah, Laura has been trying to download these Munchkins, like, for the past week, and every single time it's failed at 99%. And I don't think they're real.
No, they're so real. Also, you left out the fact that the download takes at minimum 4 hours.
Yeah. That as well.
I'm downloading these Munchkins directly from Elysium. It's going great. It's gonna work this time for sure, guys.
The thing is, Megan, none of us know what Munchkins are, not even Laura. Laura doesn't know what the Munchkins are.
You just gotta have hope in the Munchkins.
None of us have any idea. They're just
believe.
Munchkins.
You gotta have faith in the Munchkin prophecies.
Elysium, like
the
the place in Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
Yup! Exact same. This is a Xenoblade crossover.
Might as well be. I recognize the song that's currently playing on stream. Wait, this is Deltarune. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. I'm even stupider. It's Cave Story. Megan, you requested this. This is Cave Story. Yeah. Banger. Yeah, that's why it sounds so especially familiar, Megan. Because we spent the whole stream on it. Anywho's, outside of downloading Munchkins, and being hyped for D&D, how are you guys?
Scared.
Why are you scared?
Scared.
Why are you scared? You already did the scary thing in D&D.
The scary thing happened without me, so now I'm afraid I'm going to get some kind of
like
karmic injustice, be crushed with a meteor, that sort of thing.
I don't know. The meteor already fell, and it was a guy.
That is true.
How do you request a song? Vania, if you go to rainwave.cc, that's what I use, and then go to the chiptunes radio, and you can redeem stuff. Hi, Larry!
Larry_TG just redeemed High Cup.
Where's Salt? She'll be here at some point. I'm gonna ping Salt. Slurp. That's what my message is slurp. Glitch, you can request songs if you go to rainwave.cc and then go to the chiptune radio. If you have an account, you can request songs from a list. And they'll be added to the queue, potentially. I don't even have a Rainwave account, actually. Also, gang, I don't leave this, but I still don't have a functioning laptop. I mean, I have my new laptop, but the part that I need, the adapter that I need to clone my old SD card, or sorry, SSD, not SD card, came in on Friday, but didn't, the mailroom at my campus didn't process it, so it's just been sitting in the mailroom all weekend, and they're closed on the weekends. So I don't know why they just didn't process it, but I am not using my laptop for this session, so my setup is more spastic than usual. I have even more tabs on my desktop. Hi, Sol.
Yo.
I'm gonna be muted. I gotta be my dog.
Okay, no worries. We will get started as soon as I open up Annika's NPC sheet. And the Player's Handbook and Dungeon Master's Guide, which I should have done before, but I don't have my laptop, so I'm very confused at what is happening in my universe. Okay, there we go. Oh, I should probably get Vordia's character sheet up as well. Yoink! You are mine now, Vordia. You belong to me. Anyway. Let me get my tabs brought back over. Okay. Now. Give him a sip of water, and I'm ready to go. Are you guys ready to go?
Probably.
Alright, Leif, you there?
I'm ready to go.
Awesome. Salt is feeding dog. Doggy. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's session by pressing a few buttons. Alright. Well, welcome to session 8 of the Maligned. The Maligned. That's really loud.
It is really
I'm
loud,
turning that
yeah.
down. I may or may not have been jamming out to this earlier today. Okay, there we go. Session 8 of the Molly Mountains. So, last time was a doozy of a session. First things first, everyone leveled up at the end of last session, so everyone is now level 4. We started out just after Gab had been attempted to get kidnapped, and everyone successfully swept the assailant away, which was very cool. And in trying to figure out how to undo the binds, they ended up returning to Annika's house. And Annika was like, I leave you guys for an hour and this happens. But you all made it, and there's some interesting wrestling on the couch over a certain little goblin's diary and some fear of strange magical science experiments. You all managed to remove Gab's binds, or the arcane portion, and then the steel portion. Except for the collar, which Gab still has around his neck. And in that time, or immediately after that, a large horn blared, and everybody looked off into the distance to see none other than their little minotaur like Maius. Little, it seems really big. Out in the southeast section of the city. And immediately going to arms, everyone runs down. You guys know what to do, and you start climbing up. You should start fighting it. Vordia gets tossed into the air, and then goes back on the ground. And the rest of the party slowly ascends the miles till they get to that wound on the back, where once they're up there, they start to hear this, or not hear, they start to smell this weird electric smell. And at the same time, the Maius turned and kicked a bunch of rubble onto Filtar and Annika, who barely scraped out after trying to highlight the big wound with their graviturgy. And then shooting out of the sky came this comet-like, very beautiful, very handsome figure who, upon helping Vordia rescue Filtar, revealed themselves to be Heinlein Gossender, the seeming leader of White Bloom. And once everyone was recovered, you all walked back into the crowd, and as our dear friend Heinlein was giving a speech, Gab decided to interject and give a bit of a speech of his own. Amidst, you assembled a few genuine Bloom and Peony acolytes, is what you call them, who rallied behind Gab, and plenty more who rallied behind Heinlein as the savior of Sail. And where we last left off, Heinlein had made the request to the citizens of Sail to hold the name White Bloom in their mind and in their libraries, and spread the word that these heavenly saviors are here. And with that, the crowd begins to break up and disperse. So, what are you all doing? The day is yours.
Well, it seems the city was saved. It was in any danger to begin with.
Annika, Annika's still unconscious. Filtar, who...
I'm gonna go wake up Annika.
Okay. Okay,
What is
Filtar
Filtar
has
doing?
Annika slung on his shoulder.
Maybe let's take her home first, then.
Alright, well, I've gotta get all these voices. Filtar. Well, I suppose we should. I was not expecting a full-on battle in the middle of day, but it seems, this encounter that you, Vordia, and all of you had has certainly come back to bite. But yes,
Sorry,
we should...
What did he say? I accidentally just got into my headset. It seems this encounter.
Your encounter with your friends over down south was, hey, come back to bite. Very well.
Ah, indeed.
I agree. I think we should return to this little one's abode.
It would be wise to let them rest.
How are you doing, Patch? You took a little bit of a tumble yourself.
I'm fine.
Well, I can't remember the way back, so you guys lead the way. And let me
Understood.
pull up my sail map since it's relevant still. Boink. And let me see if I can snipe it. Oh, almost. There we go. So you guys begin walking up around here, back through the gates of the lovely Straggle, and you see that some people are actually, like, parting for you guys. Because not many other groups made it up to, like, a good 2/3 up the length of the Mayas. A lot of the folks, because it was such a frantic moment, were not prepared at all to fight the Mayas, which is why there were so many casters just in the sky. And I see that notification. I know there's a pregnant man waiting for me. I can't even see the screen, but I know it's there. But yes, you guys start to head back, and Gav, there are about 4 or 5 people just kind of like following right behind you.
I know. That's the other thing I gotta do. I I'll ask him, would you fellas like to go sit down somewhere and have a chat?
One of them looks up at you, this halfling, boy with like this, like, spiky blue hair. You're real. This is the real... immediately just starts to bow and just lowers his head in front of you.
Depends what you're looking for, son. Let's go talk. We'll figure this out. You're the blue peonies, I take it.
Yes. I mean, you don't know of us. You're...
I know of you. I want to learn more, though.
But another one types in. This one seems a little bit older, human, got a big grizzly beard. Well, pardon me, but we're going to ask the same thing. We wanted to learn from you.
Well, he makes a mean cornbread.
Indeed I do.
So we've heard.
I will tell you more of my teachings, and you can tell me about the Blue Peonies as an organization.
But are you not our leader?
I am not, which is why your organization is interesting to me.
Oh,
I've been told I'm the harmonious prophet, and
that
yes,
you are.
I do indeed have teachings, but I was
wow.
not involved in the creation of your organization.
A third follower who is kind of like hand in hand with another person, seems to be like early 20s. She stands up. The one she's holding hands with seems to be much more quiet. Yeah, sorry, this is really, it's just kind of funny to me. You're the prophet that we've all been looking for. You don't even know about us that much. That's sorry, that's just incredible.
I keep to myself.
Does this make us disciples? Or
Yes, of course.
the boy kind of looks at this girl. It's like, oh my gosh, you're right. We're oh boy, we're gonna be a major part of this too. And Filtar looks at you, Gab. Looks at Vordia. And just says, well, would you mind if I come along for this conversation? Dear Harmonious Gab. That was not his voice, but sure. Would you mind if I come along with you for this? I too would love to have some insight on this apparent religion you have formed, Harmonious Gab.
Why, of course.
If you will be speaking with Gab,
Would love to have you.
if you will be speaking with Gab, I believe it would be wise for me to take Annika back to their home.
Yeah,
Indeed.
here's the little one. Sort of just like slumps Annika just like over your shoulders, Patch.
Mm-hmm. Before I start walking away, I quickly move over to Gab, put a hand on his shoulder, lean over and start to whisper, please do not become a cult leader, and then walk away.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So with that, so I know, I assume you're listening in. Do you want to go with Gab and Feltar in the seeming start of the Blue Peony? Or do you want to go back to Annika's house with Patch and Vordia?
I'm going to Annika's house! Wait.
What?
It sounded like you were being waterboarded.
It sounded.
There's no reason to split up. We can have a conversation at Annika's house.
Sure, yeah.
I'll perhaps rudely to Annika, but I'm sure it's fine. We'll invite
Annika's fault for getting knocked out.
We'll invite my disciples to Annika's house.
Okay.
It's Annika's fault for getting knocked out.
Yep.
We have free use of their house.
Okay. Time to just have, a religious procession in this scientist's house. So yeah, you all head up back to Annika's house. You still, like, as you're walking through the streets, as you get further, like, along down the main street here, the crowd, thins. I'd say it gets, just this kind of general area is pretty crowded. But you guys, people are still kind of, like, looking at you all, like, oh my gosh, those are the people who are all the way up there on the Myas. How'd they get up there so fast? And you see a few people from the different gangs that you've seen kind of eyeing you up, and one of them, who is donned with the symbol of the emerald scent, the green tear tattoo on the left eye, bald head, sort of tanner skin, looks very muscular, has this very gorgeous black eyeshadow. Hey, kind of just shuffles into your group. Hey, you guys did pretty good back there. Huh.
Patch
Sorry.
gives a thumbs up and says nothing else.
Wait, sorry. Where have we seen this person before?
You just see they have the tattoo of the emerald scent.
Oh, the Emerald Scent. Oh, why? Thank you. Did I see this person in the fight as well?
Roll a history check for me.
Wait, I need to pull up my notes too.
Oh, it makes me so excited to hear that you guys are taking notes.
Oh, that I wouldn't get your hopes up. They aren't good notes.
No, just the fact that anybody's taking notes is just
I think
rewarding
I have,
to
like,
me.
2 sentences written down.
I took notes religiously through the first 3 sessions, and then I forgot after that.
That's very fair. That's how I play D&D pretty much.
I'm probably gonna forget them like immediately. Oh, so I have 2. Hold up, I have 2 Harmonious Scab note docs.
Oh.
Whoops.
This is the level
Nice.
of organization we're dealing with.
Still better than me. I don't even have my session or campaign notes with me right now. I'm just going off of memory from what I've prepared. Because it's all on my SSD, which is currently sitting in a drawer waiting to be put into my new laptop.
Ah, it's a different Harmonious Scab.
What? There's
What do you mean a
second?
different Harmonious
Oh wait,
Scab?
is this the original from that was gonna be for?
I wanted to run
For Grange?
Harmonious Scab in a one-shot at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's my bad.
I got scared thinking there was just a clone somewhere out there with a slightly different history.
There might
I
be.
think
Who
You
knows?
told us, this is like one of the gangs, right? I feel like you told us this, but I
Yes.
don't remember.
Yeah,
if
this
I'm
is
bad.
this is a member of the Emerald Scent. The you Gab would know that the Emerald Scent is, it is pretty much throughout all of Sale is kind of unanimously considered to be the most powerful and most respected gang within the city.
All right. Oh, and they're the ones with room torchpick or whatever. I got a 16,
Yeah.
by the way.
Got a 16?
They run the gambling hall.
Yeah, it was a little hard to tell because you were out in the fray, but you do think you spotted this person climbing like the right leg of the Mias at some point in that fight.
Excellent. You fought well as too. You what? You fought well too, my friend.
Well, thanks. I mean, it's an honor to be walking along your side. I don't know what the heck happened back there. I've never seen anything like that. I can say you and your party had strong convictions against this Heinlein figure. And I have not heard of the White Blooms, but I've also not heard of you. Are you guys licensed Mias hunters?
No, we are. I point to Annika. We are this one's assistants.
Annika's Unpatch is currently knocked out.
I just jostle Annika lately.
Yeah, but yes, it was
Well, for
the nature of both the Mias's appearance and defeat are deeply suspicious.
I mean, I agree, especially with what you were talking about down there.
Yeah. I mean, you heard what I said.
Are you guys interested in looking further into this?
I would
'Cause-
prefer to have that conversation when this one is awake.
Sure thing. Yeah, just give me somewhere I can reach you guys. I'm in I'm of course, as you can see, under the Emerald Scent. We in the brief moments have been eyeing up your group, wondering if you guys had a reputation or anything, or if you're not if you don't have a license for hunting mice, we can get you one if that would ease the process, so long as you would exchange some information with us.
Gab,
Yes.
which gambling hall did Tony go to?
One of the ones.
Oh,
owned
did you guys stop by?
Emerald Scent, I believe.
Did you guys stop by Green Hall?
Yes, that one.
Tony has, yes. We can eat there.
Did you run into Capital Line?
Was that the Roman Torchwick's name?
Yes.
I'm so
Gee,
sorry.
we did.
I thought you said Capital One, like the bank.
No. Might as well be. So this guy, like you say, yeah, you've run into Capital Line. He is such a character. Love that guy. He's a little silly at first, but I mean, not to say he doesn't get more silly as the more you know him, but he's real passionate guy. Don't let first impressions get you wrong. But
I'm sure we will warm up to him.
yeah, if you guys went to Green Hall, then even better. So,
Sounds good.
do you,
Very well.
how can I contact you guys for further conversations? Also, by the way, my name's Tyleri.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Figure I should just...
Gab.
Pleasure
Yes,
to meet you.
the parent harmonious prophet or something. Cool, what you got going. Eager to see where it goes. You are robot fella?
Patch.
Lovely to meet you, Patch. Vordia just kind of crosses her arms and looks a little suspicious and just says, I'm Vordia. I'm Vordia Duskrael. Tony is...
Tony!
Tony, perfect time. Tony is Tony. and Filtar goes, I don't know if I'm exactly a full-fledged member of this group, but the name's Filtar Hearthstring. Hearthskeep. I can never remember my own last name. It's Hearth something.
You should get checked for a concussion.
I was in fact hit by a lot of rocks. I very much could have a concussion. But just call me Filtar. And don't you dare call me Phil. Or if you can if you want. And so Tyleri just kind of looks at Megan, what do you mean concussion these nuts? That one's a stretch, even for you. So Tyleri looks at you all. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you guys. Is there a name I can address you all by as a group, or no?
Did we ever decide on that? I'll take that as a no.
Well, you're if you want that mice hunting license, you can, I certainly recommend choosing one. It'll be much easier to track you down for jobs and things later on. But, I'll be on my way. I'll tell the rest of my friends higher up that, got some good, interesting group. And also, you never told me where to send the letter.
Yeah. What do you think, Tony, Patch?
What is Annika's address?
You say they don't really have addresses in Sale. You would probably just say it's in, like, Northeast Market Home, 2-story, you know, things like that.
This sounds horribly inefficient.
This is a horribly inefficient city. What can I say?
Maybe perhaps we'll pop by Green Hall and schedule something, and whoever's there.
Oh yeah,
can
that works
tell you,
too.
and
That
then we'll meet up.
yeah, that'll work too. Happily.
All right,
Larry
yeah.
Larry.
Score TG just redeemed high cup.
And
Tell us
so
about a 15-minute.
and so with that, Larry walks off. I need to write something down real quick. Okay, I've successfully written something down. I'm not gonna get pregnant mange today.
Good man, I promise. I promise.
No. And eventually,
It's not a pregnant man.
you guys make it up towards Annika's house with your trail of like 5 blue peony followers. And
Harmonizers.
you come up to the house. Actually, during this walk, I want everyone to roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Ooh, Patch, it's all to you.
Yup, I figured.
Gab is blind. The blind old
Am I
man.
still rolling with disadvantage?
Yes. You have not taken a long rest yet.
Oh my god, maybe that should be top of our list.
I got a 1.
Oh no.
Alright, come on. I got a 4. Oh yeah.
I got a 13.
Okay. I was a little concerned there because the DC was lower than intended, but still none of you made it. Patch, you notice just like an odd flicker in the alleys here and there, but you figure it might just be, you know, people passing by. But
I wave at one of the alleys where I think something is and then just keep walking.
cool. So you all make it back up to Annika's place. The door is unlocked because you guys kind of left in a hurry. I assume you guys go inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you gonna fit everyone in here? There are a lot of people. So it was like fairly crowded with just the, what, 6 of you? With, including Filtar and Annika?
Can we sit on the stoop?
Sit, what?
On the stoop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can do that. There's like,
Okay.
I thought you said soup, and I was like, what soup? So,
Why would you be sitting
I'll
on
sit on the
soup?
stoop with my gang.
okay. So, yeah, you take on, like, a little sit on the hills here. And... the gang, your little posse, all sit down in like crisscross applesauce in front of you. Philtar goes and like kind of goes to the top step of Annika's front door and just kind of leans against the wall, watching. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going inside to put Annika on like a bed or something.
Okay.
So,
You can definitely you go inside. Just because it's fun. Roll a history check for me, Patch.
History check? Okay.
Just because it's fun.
I'm sure it's
we
just
love
because
history
it's
checks
fun.
campaign.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
This is a DC of 5.
Well, I rolled a 2, so...
Okay. So I was gonna say you remember where the little buttons to drop the beds down are, but you don't. But there is that little love seat in the center of the back there. And I assume you set Annika down there, who is still unconscious, is sweating while unconscious, which is a little strange, but
Okay, Annika's sweating.
Annika is sweating.
Can I check, like... I don't want to say... Is it medicine check?
You can do a medicine check.
Okay. Medicine check. Annika.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Whew. Okay. So you are kind of just inspecting Annika, their small frame, the breaths kind of heaving, like, they're kind of shallow but kind of quick. Sweat beads along their kind of soft fur / hide. Again, it's kind of hard to tell with this one. And you just kind of look at them for a second. It seems like they are dreaming. It seems like they're not having a good dream.
Quick light slap across the face.
Slap Annika across the face, and then Annika gets up, like, starts up, and is like, what happened? Instantly goes to punch you. Annika's gonna
Do I
roll
have
to hit.
to roll anything?
Annika has to roll to hit.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So let's see. Annika with their -3 to strength. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay, so it does hit you, but Annika's hand just like hits your shoulder and just kind of like think, and is looking at you and pulls their hand back like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How we're back at my house?" Looks around.
Yes.
You guys are okay. Everyone's okay.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. Kind of looks at you, Patch, and like actually like puts their hands up to your head and just kind of like turns your head a little bit and just looks at you for a second. You're not too terribly injured?
Not at all.
Thank goodness. What happened?
I am unsure. I was punching its toes good. You could ask everyone else what happened.
So Annika just says, "Oh gosh, I didn't take any notes. My head really hurts. You're sure everyone's okay?"
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Tony hasn't been looking so good, but I don't think it's because of the Myosite.
Yeah, I'm, yeah. Well, I might be out for the count for the rest of the day. I think I just need to take it off after that. I've only been in a few small Maya scuffles before. I've never been in a full-on fight like that, even though it was one we were familiar with. I don't... Did you kill it?
It is dead.
Oh yeah. Wasn't us though.
Who? Oh. Okay. I think I'm getting it. It wasn't anyone else, I assume, that we don't already know?
Well, no, it was some angelic guy named. Actually, I'll let you guys explain it. I don't think Gab's even technically there, is he? You guys can explain it.
So Patch,
I'm not the person to ask, dog.
Patch, you give the details. You and Vordia help fill in Annika, and Annika, as soon as you guys start telling the story, pulls out, just like mage hands into the upstairs, blindly pulls out a notebook, pulls a notebook down from upstairs, and a pen, and starts like scrolling in the notebook. And afterwards is just kind of, or actually no, while this is happening, Gab, you are sitting outside with your little group.
Yes.
And Filtar is behind you. I'm gonna assume that Vordia is, well, no, Vordia is talking with Patch, so.
Vordia would be. Oh, okay. I think Vordia would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, at some point Vordia comes out and probably watches you.
So, I'm sure you're all aware that I left Elitas
Yes.
before my ideas got much traction at all. So I was wondering if you guys could explain to me what's been happening there since I've been gone. I take it your group formed in Elitas.
Yes, it's actually someone who claims to have known you. This is the girl speaking. Someone who claims to have known you, and they, we've been just they've been kind of in charge of things, in your absence, though I think they've tried to contact you quite a few times. The sort of like the human man, perks up. Yeah, goes by the name Edward. We've been calling...
No way.
We've been calling him, Hi Edward, but, I've gotten a little close to him in some time. We met up briefly. But Hi Edward, has been very much on the inside trying to keep up with, your happenings and whatnot. He was always described you as like one of his greatest friends and best companions back in the day.
He is. What's the last I remember of Edward? What's the last Edward experience I had?
Hey Larry, you're in chat. What's the last Edward experience you would have had? Or that, what's
It's
the
not
last?
memories, it's experiences.
Is Larry still in chat? Would you, yeah, what's your last Edward experience, perhaps before Gab left? If you're still there. Top 10 Edward memory.
Top 10 Edward moments.
Laura, if you're
Yes.
wondering, this is what I couldn't ask Larry yesterday when we were in call because you were there.
I knew it.
This feels like a Watch Mojo video.
Okay, I think Larry might
Sure,
either be
like,
gone or too
there's
stunned.
nothing wrong with Edward, is what I'm trying to say. Like, Edward was
No, you and Edward were
the
besties
same old
till
Edward
the end.
until I left. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how... Yeah, okay.
You would have
Yeah.
what
Oh,
what
well,
you
that's excellent. I know him well.
yeah. And the little boy looks up at the human and you personally know Hi Edward. He's
Oh, well, yes.
I mean, of course. Of course you would. Hi Edward is the he's the
He
underpriest.
saved my life once, you know.
Please tell us. He's told many stories of you. He's never been as proud as he is. He's never been too proud to talk about saving you. I don't think he would dare cross that line.
I told the story of Edward and the Good Thing and Ancient Ruin.
Incredible. You give the session summary for Gavin the Gods one shot. And
yeah, I think I'm gonna definitely leave out some details, like how we were like paladins. We were probably trying to like suppress, you know, like a group that was you know, advocating for like objectively good things like freedom of speech, you know. But you know, I'll definitely make us sound better than we more ethical than we were. But I'm trying to emphasize Edward's heroics.
when you tell this story, the girl looks at you in awe and is just like, he has told this story before, but he said that you saved his life. I actually have it written in my notes. Pulls out a little notebook. I have it written here that he says that he fell unconscious and the next thing he knew was he was being this delicious fruit was being shoved in his mouth, waking up to the sight of you.
Oh, how humble of him.
I kind of suspected something similar, but he will be ecstatic to know that we've finally found you. When you left to when you left Foshland and came to Sail, no one knew why you left or what, and we had all just assumed, and what it's written down in all of our teachings is that you went to go establish the Blue Peony in Sail as well, seeing as there's a fairly sufficient, you know, still underground, but pun intended, sort of sect of Blue Peony in Elitas now. That's what
Well,
we
I
thought you were
suppose-
here to do.
I suppose I wasn't,
Why did you come here?
Perhaps not under the name of Blue Peony, but indeed, yes. I was trying to. For a while after I left, I lived as a hermit in the Fashlands, trying to
Yes.
uncover the truth behind the Mayas. But,
Yes, we have a lot of recounts of your days there. The human man speaks up. Yeah, we have here that there are some observers that have like said that they'd occasionally just find you going through ruins. Did you learn anything through any of those? What did you... anything about the old world? It's all mostly scavenged up in Elidis.
Can I roll history?
Go ahead.
A 4. Unfortunately, I fear I did not learn much. But I came to sail to help the good people here.
Have you been doing any more archaeology around Sail? There are plenty of... I mean, most of the ruins around here are looted too, but there's some further up in the mountains. I actually, personally... I'm also from Elidis, and I think probably all of us are. At this point, there's another little girl, the one who was holding the hand of the first girl. She's got this, like, dark, very, very dark brown kind of pixie cut hair, and is just like, I'm not from Elidis. I'm from Sail. You actually, fed me a few weeks ago on one of your stands.
That's good to hear. I'm glad I could help.
And I just saw this one, and points at the other girl. Name's Elena. Elena says, "Yeah, I found Julie here, and I just struck up a conversation, and now we're best friends, and we're both, you know, your followers." But
You make that sound so important.
Dad,
Well-
you have lesbians who like you.
you are important, Harmonious Prophet. You are incredibly important. You're going to lead an end to the terror of the Mayas. As we all...
My friend, we are going to lead the terror of the Mayas.
At this, they all kind of start, like, looking back and forth and start kind of nodding. They're all getting, like, real excited about this.
No, I have not learned much since my departure. So, I guess I'll well, yeah, but one thing remains apparent, which is that, there's some... I believe there's some sort of... something is afflicting the Mayas. And we need to do what we can to help them. I believe that if we were to free them from whatever this affliction, we could also live together in peace.
Piltar kind of... You hear him just kind of, like, chuckle in the back. Live together in peace now, you say, Gab? That's
Indeed.
certainly not the dream I was expecting you to say, but, what are your thoughts about dominating them? Like they have us. What's up, Laura?
Nothing. Just word choice.
By the way, I know in like my at some iteration when I was making Gab, I did think that like domesticating the Mayas might be a cool goal, but I think now I don't think that's this Gab's goal.
Piltar still asks you this.
Yeah, I know. No, I think not. That would be dominance is at perhaps not dominance is not the correct word. Mastery over others is in Kaya's a conflicting idea with that of peace, and peace is what we should all strive for.
Filtar steps down the steps and sits with you there. Well, then tell me, what do you think of death? Just in general. He's giving you a look, like a very much I'm playing with you look.
I know exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
I need to shut this down, I think. Is there something like say something clever. Well, that's quite the dark topic, Filtar.
Well, you know, it's my lady has her studies just as you have yours.
Emmy, it's up to me whether or not I've written stuff about like this, like becoming immortal.
Yeah,
from Maya,
for sure.
Right? Because I heard about that from like that was the Inquisitor was talking about.
Yeah. Actually, as Filtar starts to talk,
did I have any discoveries like that? Or
it's up to you.
Okay, so no, right? Like, I mean, otherwise,
If
I would know about it.
whatever your goal is with the Mayas is your goal with the Mayas.
Well, I don't know. Just from my experience from like the Gab with the Gods session, I mean, I felt bad for that little fella. I wanted to save it.
Yeah.
Gotta help him.
Filtar doesn't know that though.
Yeah. Well, so but I don't think I know anything about death or immortality. But yeah, wait. So what happens? Who speaks up?
The human speaks up. Well, Gab, some of the other priests of who follow you, I suppose, they are, a lot of our texts say that, death is something to be avoided if we're to live at peace with the Mayas, because with, powerful entities as those at our sides, there's no stopping what we could progress as a society, right?
Gab raises an eyebrow. Well, I have certainly never pursued such research myself.
A lot of our folks back home have been interpreting your teachings as such.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. Who's to say one way or another? I'm sure. We'll discover the truth in due time.
What was the Raven Queen will never discover?
If immortality is necessary for peace, then immortality we shall have.
And the little boy looks up. I agree. We should have immortality if it's what we need. That's wonderful. We don't need death. Why would we need death?
Okay.
Where Filtar looks at this kid and is like, oh dear. Death is much more important than you would imagine for keeping balance in all things and giving meaning to whatever progress you make. So, I say, and Filtar looks at you, Gab, I'd say keep that one on the back burner for now. You know, if you want your progress to be worth anything, it's gotta have someone to die for.
I do tend to agree, Filtar. I think there's nothing inherently violent about death. Only the manner in which it comes about.
Very well. Well, I'm satisfied, and walks up and goes back inside. Vordio stands there watching still. Meanwhile, Patch, you finish catching Annika up on what's happened. And Annika is just, you know, has filled out a ton of pages of notes and is just kind of sitting there thinking, looks at you, Patch, looks at... actually, what is Tony doing during this? If you're there, Salt.
Listening intently
Okay. So...
on the floor.
So, Annika actually joins you on the floor, just kind of sits on the floor next to you, and motions up to you, Patch, to join them.
I sit on the floor in like one very quick motion that just kind of makes it look like my legs collapsed under me.
It's like...
Yeah.
And
there should be a loud thud.
And so Annika is just sitting there. I really appreciate you guys working with me on all of this. And I can say I'm still really glad that we're a legit team now. But this is going to draw attention, and we've had a few people coming after us. And I'm a little worried about drawing too much attention.
Unfortunately, I think attention will follow Gab wherever he goes.
That might be true, but, you know, maybe we can use this as leverage. I'm just... Patch, have you ever lost someone? Tony, have you ever lost someone? Sorry if it's just like really sudden question. It's just this dream and everything that happened. I was really, really worried about everyone here, even though it's been only like 2 weeks.
I have, yes.
So, oh, rip Salt.
Oops.
Oh, she's back.
I didn't mean to do that.
And so Patch looks at you, or sorry, Annika looks at Patch and Tony, and just looks at you guys like, so you guys, I'm sure know what it's like. I just have always wondered if you get a lot of attention, I've I've not really done much socializing throughout most of my life, but the connections I have made with people, and even with you guys, like, you guys this is the most social I've kind of ever been. It's just these past few weeks together. And I have gotten kind of attached to you guys. It's a little embarrassing. And I don't know if that's just because you guys are, you know, if I'm just being a spoiled brat and you guys are giving me attention or whatever, and that's making me want to stay with you guys. But if a lot of people are following us, I just worry about falling in love with all of them individually too, and then once one leaves, it has that same heartbreak that has overcome me before. Do you guys ever worry about that, or is it just a me thing? I kind of hope it's just a me thing.
Why would more people be following us?
You're not there, Gab.
Oh, my bad.
Why would more people be following us?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I have, just with all of this happening, I know that I guess we kind of failed that attack, but people seemed impressed by us. Did you guys tell Annika about the green, the emerald scent person? Or no?
Yeah.
We should, but
You did? Okay. Annika just says, yeah, if the emerald scent is wanting to work with us, that'll surely, I mean, the benefits that would bring would be incredible, but also attention, and just, we must have done something special to have earned that. And I guess with all of that, I'm just getting a bit excited, but also maybe a bit anxious about the idea that, I don't know, we are like heroes? Is it too soon to say that?
Potentially.
Okay. Well, my family were heroes, and what happened with them was not what I expected to be of heroes, but, well, I mean, one of them's still around, I think. Well, no, both of them are still around, I'm sure. But I just worry about heartbreak if we don't do the right thing. Do you?
People will come and go no matter what happens.
Yeah, just try not to think about it too much. I think everyone has those worries deep down, but you know, just like put it off. And distract yourself with other things, like, I don't know, studying mices and stuff. That's what I do. I mean, not studying mices and stuff, but like, I do stuff.
Tony,
The memory of the people that you met is more important than their continued presence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You can see Annika is kind of looking at you guys and seems a little bit shaken by that. And
That was kind of poetic.
Thank you.
Annika looks at you, Patch, in kind of just like a little bit of like a hint of anger. Just very, very slight anger.
Didn't
Well,
her parents like die? That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
I mean, I would sure love their presence through today still. Their memories are great, but you know, it's just not the same. But I'm gonna go sit on the roof. And Annika just gets up and goes up to the ladder and begins to ascend.
I feel like I just had the Sims negative relationship icon show up.
Annika will remember this.
It sounded really cool when you said it, to be fair.
I think it's sick.
And it's
I
all
think
the
that's
advice
sick.
you can give.
I think that's very sage advice.
It's sick and it's very good advice. It's just not what that child needs to hear.
Yeah.
So it's about this time when Filtar comes in, sees Annika kind of somberly climbing up the ladder, looks at you guys. Well, what was that about?
What are your thoughts on Death, Filtar?
It's funny you mentioned that because I was just asking Gab the same thing. I think death is as somber as it can be. It's also a blessing, and it's a dance, if anything. It's, well, all of life is a dance, and death is just its finale. And often it's the finale, regardless of how it comes about, that makes a dance the most beautiful. And as a servant of the Raven Queen Mirsha, I seek to help choreograph that dance. It gives me a sense of, I don't know. I feel like I'm, not to get all somber myself, but it feels like it just makes me feel good, you know? I'll just leave it at that. To write that dance.
Hi, Edward.
What are your thoughts on Death, Patch?
You should try it sometime.
What? I mean, I'm not surprised because of I'm not surprised because of the having tried it. I've, you know,
Destroyed.
I've in part of I know quite a good bit about death, and I do look forward to when it comes, but I do not seek it out. I'm more surprised that you've said that. That sounds like it came from experience. Did it?
I owe you nothing.
That's suspicious. Well... Either way, I'm sure you've, with all your funky little parts, I'm sure you've experienced something. Are you sentient? Is that a rude question to ask, Patch? Are you sentient?
That depends on how you define sentience.
You know, like, you have a sense of self and, memories of what you've done through your life and passions and goals and all of those things. Rational thought. But you clearly seem to have rational thought. I mean, you're great in a fight. And believe me, rational thought is more than necessary in a fight, no matter what people say.
I am sentient, then, by your standards.
Alright, well... my bones ache. I was crushed under a bunch of rubble, so I'm also going to take the rest of the day off. I'm gonna go take a walk.
Would you like someone to make sure you do not have a concussion first?
If you want to check for my own concussion, as a non-biological being, you're more than welcome to.
Alright, medicine check time.
Okay, you get up and you start, like... And Filtar's still taller than you.
Mm-hmm.
And you just start kind of, like, poking and prodding, doing your medicine stuff. Go ahead and roll a medicine check.
14.
Okay. Filtar does not seem to be concussed. Seems to be fine, just, you know, a little bit damaged from the fact that basically a entire heave of earth was, well, heaved at him.
Alright. Gives him a strong pat on the back. You are as healthy as you seem to be, considering the situation at hand.
I'm sure I would seem as healthy as I seem, so I appreciate it. Well, I guess if this poor goblin's house is now our permanent base of operations and seemingly cult-starting facility, I will go take some fresh air, and I'll probably be back here by nightfall.
Understood.
The cult will meet elsewhere. Worry not, Filter.
And so Filtar goes back outside, and
What has Edward been up to? Oh my god. I swear, I bet he's evil. Something happened to Edward. They fucked him up. It is.
They fucked my guy up.
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows?
They got Larry playing the final boss.
That is something Larry would do.
Yeah, definitely.
Considering the ways he gets about your grilled cheese, yeah, probably.
Yeah. So everyone is just chilling. What the day is yours. What are you guys up to? Gab, are you still talking with your followers?
Sure, why not? Yeah. Yes.
You don't have to be.
No, it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Okay.
I need to build my rapport with them.
Yeah, so you keep talking along with them.
I don't know if I want to be part of this cult, but I do know I want. Actually, I do. I do want to. I didn't know. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be part of this cult, but I wanted followers until I heard that it was Edward's cult, and then now I want to be part of the cult.
Well, you are seemingly its leader, so.
Yeah.
You are unfortunately attached to the cult whether you want to be or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, but I feel better about it now that Edward's in charge. Edward would never do anything wrong.
Exactly, Edward can never do any harm.
I love Edward.
Haha, definitely. Definitely, haha.
Definitely, yeah.
Edward's the greatest to ever do it.
Exactly.
You know?
If anyone can organize, with how much Edward loves to file paperwork. But anyway.
Exactly.
So you continue to talk with your little followers of the Blue Peony, and one of them, the quieter girl, Julie, she as you guys continue talking, eventually she sort of sits up and passes a bracelet over to you. I made this for you. I figured if you didn't know a ton about us until today, you might
Is this the one from Sale?
She hands you a bracelet that looks pretty identical to the one that all of them are wearing. It is a blue leather bracelet etched with an even
Oh my god.
brighter blue peony flower on it.
Okay, no, I mean, who's giving it to me? The person from Sale, or the person?
Yeah, the person from Sale. The seeming best friend to this other girl who's from Elitas.
Right.
Yeah, best friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it on. Yeah.
You put it on?
Yeah.
Okay. So you put on the bracelet, and Julie looks. She hasn't made eye contact this entire time, but she looks up at you with these big, sparkly eyes, and just kind of gives a little smile and a little laugh before sitting back down next to Elena.
I just joined a cult. Okay. As its leader.
Yeah. Vordia watches this. That's all I'll say.
Morty, still here? You're kidding me. No.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, Vordy is still there.
Funny.
So you continue to chat, and basically what you learn is that essentially there is a division. Actually, the group that you and Edward had gone to like find the maps from in the Gavin the Gods one shot, that has since been absorbed into Blue Peony and serves as one of the kind of foundational pillars of the religion within Elitis, and their knowledge comes in handy with moving sort of places of worship and hideouts and things. And there's it's still very small, but there's a good number of people in Elitis who follow the Blue Peony and henceforth follow the Harmonious Prophet. So that's what you learn during that.
Gotcha. Who did they tell me who writes the? I guess they've just been like extrapolating on like notes they found of mine.
Notes they found, just like any interactions with you, because like you hadn't like talked to a ton of people after you went rogue.
but like every once, yeah, everyone, they were harassing me and stuff. Oh, God.
Yeah, and so
oh no, their religion's probably so cooked.
they do have Edward though.
They do have Edward. Edward's, if he's not evil, but yeah. Okay.
So you learn.
I'm not holding out hope.
You learn that much.
Surely Edward isn't evil. I believe in you, Edward.
Is there anything else that anyone like currently wishes to do?
Let's sleep. I need to get Tony some sleep.
It is probably, by the time you finish talking, you spent a good few hours, so it was probably like around. It was about 1 o'clock when you guys finished fighting the Myas.
Time, it's been a while since we slept.
It has,
last,
yeah,
right?
but just like what time it is in general. It's probably about 4 or 5 in the afternoon now. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to do? If that's a no, then you guys, I assume, are going to take the rest of the day off and take a long rest?
Long rest.
Alright. So, go ahead and... yeah, you can mark off a long rest.
Hooray!
Hey, Tony.
No.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me as night begins to fall.
I am devastated. Oh, I didn't roll the dice yet. Hold on. I don't have to be devastated yet. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. I got a 6. Do I have to roll with disadvantage?
Yes.
Ah!
Or no, it's a saving throw, not a ability check, so...
Thank God. Okay, I got a 16.
16?
Oh, nice.
Okay. As night falls, you once again start to feel a sort of presence in your mind start to pull in, and it's getting the static is kind of getting louder and louder, and you shake it off. Patch.
Does this mean I successfully sleep?
Patch, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. Oh. Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah?
16.
Okay. You also suddenly, but separately, feel a sort of presence start to creep into your mind. And static gets louder and louder. But you've dealt with similar things like this before, and you shrug it off.
Question.
Yeah?
Have I dealt with similar things before, or have I dealt with this same thing before?
Not the same thing. You've just dealt with, interesting
Yeah.
things in your head before.
Yeah, I feel it.
Gab, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, okay. One second, sorry. Dice roll.
This is the last one. I will say that here.
15.
Gab, you start to feel an unwelcome presence in your head. And it grows louder and louder. It's a little bit louder. But you're strong of will and strong of mind. And you shake it off.
Okay.
So what? No wisdom saving throw from Vortia?
Nope.
Suspicious.
There
The Raven Queen is in my head.
are only three. We only did this 3 times. And so, that's, Filter has come back, by the way.
I
And
feel tired.
you all continue to sleep through the night. I want everybody to roll a perception check with disadvantage. Because you're asleep. Unless you're not asleep and you're staying up for some reason.
Does it count as me being asleep?
14.
Patch, you just
I
you roll straight,
count?
not with disadvantage. Just roll a normal roll.
Okay. Also, unrelated note. It just caught my attention. The
Yeah?
Munchkin download is at 58%.
Oh my gosh, it's going so fast.
This is the fastest it's ever gone.
It just needed some D&D inspo.
Oh, you said perception, right?
Yes.
Oh, so that's a 16 again.
Oh my gosh. Tony, what did you get?
4.
4? Gab, what did you get?
14.
Okay. So, all of you are, asleep, safe in Annika's house. And Patch, in your sort of powered down state, you hear a clink, 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 clink. And it wakes you and you don't move, but you see the door to Annika's house suddenly ajar. You hear 2 little footsteps. Very, very, very quiet footsteps. And but you don't see anything. The door closes. Go ahead and roll another perception check for me, Patch.
Okay. I do not like this music. Oh, shit, fell off the table. You're shitting me.
Uh-oh.
You're shitting me.
Uh-oh.
No, it's the third 16 in a row.
Oh my gosh, what? That's the
It's the
fourth? No, third.
it's the third for me.
What is happening?
Why? Hmm?
Okay. Let me do another roll of my own. Okay.
What do you mean, third 16 in a row?
So, you still don't really see anything, but you hear very, very soft footsteps. You don't know where they're coming from. And Tony, whereabouts are you sleeping?
Did we ever figure out how to bring down the beds?
Yeah, you probably did, I imagine.
Okay. Then I am in a bed.
Okay. You're in a bed. And you... Oh, no. You don't notice anything. Patch, you observe as suddenly where there was nothing, a figure then appears right over Tony. Is very quiet, rolls up a sleeve. You can't discern anything about this figure. All you see is like full assassin gear, lots of knives and poisons and things on their belt. They pull out their where you see them with their left arm out with a knife in their right hand, which has seemingly slit a little bit on their skin. And they're just dripping their own blood onto Tony's hands and face. And once they seem satisfied, they roll up their sleeve again, slip their knife back into one of their many, many knife holsters. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw, Patch, just to see if you manage to not fidget and stay still in your watching.
Uh-huh. That would... I finally broke the streak. That's a 12.
The 12? Okay, let me... Okay. So, they roll up their sleeve, and you're kind of looking at them, and you shift your weight slightly, and there's a little creak in the floorboards where this figure turns to look at you. They have a hood up, but you see a pale face, silver eyes, blue hair, like dark navy blue hair. It's hard to make out in the darkness. Look at you, mutter some words under their breath, and they go invisible again. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me. Or, sorry, a strength saving throw.
Alright, sure. You said strength?
Yes.
That would be an 11.
Okay. Let me roll as well. I'll pull out my evil dice for this. You know what? Why not?
Yeah, sure. This is perfectly like comforting in this very tense situation. Evil dice.
Yeah. I need to pull up my stat block as well. Because I only remember like half of their stats, and do I have their stat block with me? Is a question.
Yep.
Or is it on my laptop? If not, I'm gonna have to guesstimate. Okay, I think it's here. If this website will load. Okay, you rolled an 11?
Yep.
Okay. They disappear, and then they reappear, and they're on top of you, and they grab you around your not neck, but closest thing to your neck, and they push you to the ground, pin you there, and stare at you. And they're like trying to cover your mouth, but they don't see a mouth anywhere, and they look really confused. You get a better look at this person now, since you're nice and up close. Let me go ahead and send you a little image in your whisper channel.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to send a screenshot of the image because the image itself has a spoiler in it.
Okay.
There you go. That's who you see in front of you. And so they're right on top of you, and they look at you, trying to seemingly cover your mouth, but obviously there's no real mouth to cover. And they look a little confused, but their technique seems very, very practiced. And they whisper, "What are you doing with her?"
Okay. Do this. Do I want to do this?
What you got,
Okay,
Patch?
yeah, no, fuck it, I'm doing this.
What you doing?
I want to say, as loudly as I possibly good morning before I try to punch her in the face.
Okay. So, you are grappled currently. So, you yell, "Good morning!" and go for a punch. I believe if you're grappled, it's, if I'm right, it's disadvantage, or am I stupid? No, never mind. You can give a little punch. With, your regular damage.
Let me roll for that, right?
Yep. Go ahead and roll to hit. Oh, I forgot how terrifying this person is.
Okay.
You might want to wake up some friends.
Yeah, I will say all of you heard Patch shout "Good morning," and
That was the intention with the
yes.
good morning.
Oh, sorry,
And-
I wasn't paying close
no,
attention.
yeah,
my
and
bad.
all of you wake up.
Spring into action. I'm not wearing my chainmail, but
Yeah,
still gonna kick some ass.
and Patch, as soon as you say this, this person's form changes to look like Annika.
Okay. Oh dear, I do not hit.
What'd you roll?
4.
Yeah, you kind of like go to hit, and she just like moves her elbow slightly, and just completely blocks your arm from moving. Everyone else has woken up. Let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Oh.
Okay. Wasn't expecting this to happen here, but you know what? Here we are.
0.
Oh.
10.
Hang
Also
on.
10.
Okay, Vordia also rolled a 10? What?
Why does this keep
Okay,
happening?
so Pat, what's your modifier for initiative?
+1.
Okay. Wait, it's +1? Shouldn't it be +2?
Maybe.
What's your dex?
Dexterity 12.
Oh, no, then it would just be +1. Okay. And, Tony, what is your modifier for initiative?
That's 2.
What the heck? Okay, go ahead and we're gonna do some rollies with Vordia. Go ahead and roll a d20. Oh my word.
18.
Okay, you go before Vordia. So let me set that here. Gab, you rolled a 0?
I sure did.
Okay, that's some interesting initiative.
Yeah.
So,
Gab's the first one up, ready to help, and got a 0.
let me... I need to clear this. I can construct a quick little battle map here.
Quick little battle map for a quick little midnight scuffle between friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Does this interrupt long rest?
I will say by this point, because you guys are like resting earlier, it would not have interrupted long rest because you would have already had a long rest at this point.
Yippee!
No more disadvantage!
Okay, so I'm pulling this stuff up. Give me just a brief moment. Images. Oh, I gotta upload everyone's tokens.
Oh yeah, and Filtar's here, right?
Yes, Filtar is here, but for the sake of, I still don't have a stat block for Filtar. Filtar is sleeping through this. Did not wake up and is on the love seat, fast asleep, just snoring big time.
Good
Thanks
for
for
him,
nothing.
honestly.
Yeah, he's taking
Good for
a
him.
big snooze. So okay, let me get my tokens. All of these. Oh, because they look like Annika now. Let me just.
I don't like this.
Good.
I don't like this.
I'm almost there. Almost there. This is slightly bigger than, or no, this is about the size of the first floor of Annika's house. This is gonna be basic battle map just because it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Do-do-do-do. You're right there. Gab, where were you sleeping? Were you sleeping on the other bed?
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I don't...
Yeah, that's fine. And... Tony was here. Vordia was probably just trancing up against a wall. That's what I imagine. Good enough. So, let me... press this button. Okay, so here's where you guys are. The rest of you, you have just woken up at hearing Patch yell, "Good morning!" And so, pretend there's a bed here, pretend there's a bed here. The ladder is right about here, Vordia's up against the wall here. Patch, you were, I was just assuming you were still sitting on the floor. And the figure who looks like Annika to all of you, and Patch is the only one who really can tell that this isn't Annika, is here on top of Patch, is on the floor. So, with that, let's begin combat. It is going to be this person's turn. They are going to... Oh, you have so many things you can do. You have so many things you can do. That's
I
fun.
don't like this.
They're going to... change their form a little bit to where it looks like Annika is now bloodied and bruised, lying on top of Patch. And you feel... Patch, you feel their grip relax a little bit. And it's just gonna start making some sobs in Annika's voice. Oh, why? And that is going to be their turn. Tony, it is now your turn. You're on the bed, currently.
Am I allowed to talk instead of do an action?
Yeah, you don't have to, like, fight or anything.
Patch, what's happening? What's happening to Annika?
Shapeshifter. That's
Patch!
not Hanukkah.
Why?
That's not Annika? Am I still
No.
covered in blood?
Yeah, you actually, you sit up and you, like, point, and you see your fur on your arms is covered in blood.
They were trying to attack you.
Understood, I suppose. This is confusing. What's, quick question. Emmy, that blood curse I got, the anxious one, do you know how it works?
Let me look it up real quick. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Blood Hunter, D&D 5e. Let me look at the blood maledicts. Blood curse of the anxious. As a bonus action, you harry the body or mind of a creature within 30 feet of you, making them susceptible to forceful influence. Until the end of your next turn, charisma or intimidation checks made against the cursed creature have advantage. So you can choose to impose your blood curse onto them, and you'll have advantage on intimidation checks against them.
Seeing all the blood on her, she's a little inclined to believe Patch. So, can she use the blood curse on this stranger? So it'll be easier to not like straight up be like die and then kill them, and then we don't get any questions.
Yeah, you can use your blood curse of the ancient, or anxious, not ancient. That will hang on. How am I gonna mark? I should move the map so I can actually use my tools here. What image should I use as just let's see. Boop. This is gonna be a status effect. This little dot.
Hooray!
Yay!
Status effect. Yeah. So you get up, your arms are covered in blood, and you see Annika battered and bloody on the floor. Patch yells out to you, and you impose your blood curse. You stretch out your hand as the blood, some of the blood like seeps into this line that flicks onto Annika as a sigil. Well, actually, what does your like how does your curse manifest?
How does my curse manifest? That's a great question. I think it's probably gonna manifest like Did I just say out loud? Oh my god. Like I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you want me to do it?
Yeah, whip up your magic.
All right. So yeah, the blood on your arms kind of glows slightly, curls down to your fingertips, and floats forth, and then surrounds Annika in a quick, like, red shimmer, and then fades. And you can, and it pulses slightly every few seconds. And is that your turn?
Can I question her?
Yeah, I'd say you can use your action to throw out a question.
Whew, I'm not a good question asker. What are you doing? Who are you? That's the question.
Okay. The figure of Annika tries, like, kind of gets up and scoots away from Patch, but like still maintains within a few feet, and looks up at you, Tony, with fear in their eyes, and just says, get them away from me! Help, please! And it sounds just like Annika.
She flinches a little and just kind of looks back and forth between the two of them.
Looks at you more intently. It says, don't let this happen again.
She just freezes up at that point.
Alright, is that your turn?
Can I move away from her?
Yeah, you can scoot
so I use
further
my
back on the
action
bed.
to speak to her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to move. Wait, Annika is still sitting next to Patch?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
okay. No, okay, she's just gonna stand there. She doesn't really have she just freezes up.
Okay. It is now Vordia's turn. Vordia wakes up, sees this happen, And here's, you say it's a shapeshifter patch, and would Vortia roll a persuasion
Vortia
check for me, Patch?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, persuasion?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Vortia is rolling insight.
No, that's 2.
Okay, well, that's actually, you know, a good thing in this case, I'd say.
Oh?
Vortia looks at you intently, and Vortia's gonna... let me look at Elliot's character sheet. What spells do you have, Vortia? Do you have Hold Person? You do! It's going to cast Hold Person. At first level. Succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. This is weird. Like doing... Okay, that succeeds. And, Vortia sees this happening, says, "What is going on?" Casts Hold Person, and it just fails instantly.
Oh, thank God.
Well, casts Hold Person on the Annika, and it fails.
Okay.
And then Annika looks over to Vortia and just peers at her and just says, "Vortia, please, get them away from me." And that's gonna be Vortia's turn. Patch, it is now your turn.
Okay.
You're no longer grappled, but you are prone.
Alright, one step down. Just
One step
move
down?
a bit away.
Okay.
Uh,
You're still in melee.
I know. I don't know if I want to do this or not.
What you doing, Patch?
You know what I'm thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
You know what I'm thinking about in this fucking situation.
I know exactly what you're thinking about in this situation. What are you doing?
I mean, does it count as magic?
You don't know.
Would it? I know I don't know. I'm genuinely scared.
Good, this is one of the most terrifying NPCs I've ever written.
That doesn't help. That doesn't help. Because my thinking is I can't tell if it's something magical or something somehow biological. And
What are you doing?
If it's that second one, oh, hold on. I think I need to flip a fucking coin.
Alright.
got a quarter. I'm
Alright.
genuinely flipping a fucking coin at this.
Alright, call it out first.
I'm just... Let me... I'm going to also record this fucking coin flip. I hope you know.
Good.
Because I am scared.
Hee.
Alright. Heads, I do the special silly thing. Tails, I do anything else. That was an awful flip. Anyways, it's tails. Okay.
Okay. What are you doing, Patch?
Oh wait. Wait. Why don't I just use Detect Magic? I have Detect Magic. Why don't I just use Detect Magic?
You can use Detect Magic.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Let me just send the video of the coin flip so you guys know I'm not shitting.
I believe you.
I know you do, but
You don't believe you?
I am. You have no idea. My blood is pumping very fast right now. Genuinely, I am scared and uncomfortable at this situation.
I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you should. I think maybe. Alright, Detect Magic. What do I have to roll for that again? It's been since like session 3,
You don't have to roll. It just happens.
Okay then, Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. You sense a general magical aura or like around parts of this figure, but not really. Like there's some there, but this is mostly just raw wit and skill. Hi, Larry.
They
Larry
morphed their
_
entire
GG
body
just
into
redeemed Taika.
Annika through raw wit and skill.
Well, and maybe something else. But it's not magic.
Thank you for the reassurances.
At least you don't think that part is.
It does. Do I have that, like, sending communication stone thing still that Annika gave me in, like, session 2?
Yeah?
Can I use that to specifically call Annika to please come down and help?
Yes, you can. Sir, that would be your action using the sending stone. And
Yep.
you already used your action for Detect Magic.
Oh.
So, I'm gonna say no on that.
Yeah. Okay, then.
But you do have Detect Magic up for the next 10 minutes so long as you're concentrating. And now it's gonna be Gab's turn. Unless you want to move any more.
Goody. So what's the
Okay.
current situation look like?
Current situation is, you wake up and you see Annika battered and bloodied on the floor, was lying on top of Patch and just scooted away a little bit. Turned
Right.
to
But Patch
yeah.
tell us it's a doppelganger or whatever?
Patch said this is a doppelganger. It looks pretty convincing to you, but you're welcome to make
I
any
believe that.
interpretation you like. So, what are you doing, Gab?
Wait, so what have you guys been hitting the doppelganger? What have you been doing?
Basically just, so Tony cast a blood curse on them, and
So we're going for this, right? We're
no one's
speeding them up.
no one's fought yet. It seems
have
kind
not-
of it could go either way right now, is what it seems
Okay,
like.
well, I'm not gonna start a fight. I don't do that.
I have not done a good job of convincing people that this is not Annika.
I think you've done an okay job.
Hmm. One second. Sorry, I just want. No, it's not gonna be any good.
You also see Tony covered in blood.
Right. It's like does his like is Tony looking like? Is it look like someone else's blood, or does it look like Tony's hurt?
You can. Tony doesn't seem to be hurt, but you can roll a perception or investigation if you want.
Yeah. Can I roll to see if Tony's
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. Tony looks fine, and if anything, confused at why she's covered in blood.
Blood everywhere. Great. Joy. I'll just talk to the thing. I'll be like, actually, no. I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on Tony.
Okay. Can you remind me what Sanctuary does?
So I ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
Okay.
Doesn't protect from AoE.
Alright, so...
Oh, if the warded creature makes an attack or casts a spell that affects an enemy creature, the spell ends.
Okay.
That's one thing. Maybe that's not good. Maybe we want Tony to be able to hit stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
It seems like this thing wants to fuck with Tony. I don't know. Yeah, I'll Sanctuary Tony. Why not?
You're Sanctuary Tony? Okay. Yeah, so that happens. So I'm gonna add another little status effect dot here. For Tony. Just so we know that you've got Sanctuary up. And yeah, is that going to be your turn?
That's a bonus action. I guess I'll hold my action.
Okay, what are you holding for?
I'm gonna approach this thing and yeah, if this thing, I'm gonna approach it, and if it tries to run away or like,
Okay, whereabouts
yeah,
are
if it tries to run away, I'm gonna
you?
grab it.
Whereabouts are you going to move to?
I'm
Like
gonna
here,
stand next
here?
to the fake Annika. Oh wait, there's a map.
Yeah,
Oh boy. Yeah.
Here?
Like that. Yeah, I'll go there.
okay,
And if it tries to run away, I'm gonna grab it.
alright. So, you do that, and you're holding a grapple.
Yes.
And with that, we're to the top of initiative again. Back to our dear friend. And let's see, what are they gonna do? I should have been thinking about this. Okay. Patch, you didn't get up, right? You kind of just like crawled over to that one spot?
Just scooted a bit away.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
Let me take
Wait,
a look
Patch
at a
is
thing.
prone?
Patch is prone, yes.
Can I sanctuary Patch instead of Tony?
I'll say yeah.
Wait, is Tony prone? Is Tony prone?
Tony is sitting up in bed, so not prone technically.
Okay, I wanna. Yeah, if someone's prone, I want to sanctuary them.
Okay,
Otherwise, I'll sanctuary Tony.
yeah, I'll mark. Move that little dot around.
Thank you.
Okay, so what to do here? The Annika's form looks at all of you and let's see, what are you doing, my good friend? What are you doing? You are going to oh, how bad, how evil do I want to be? I think I want to be pretty evil.
Yeah,
You don't
evil.
want to be evil.
Please don't be
The
evil,
figure is
please.
going to turn and look at you, Tony, and is suddenly going to, the form is going to change into a form you recognize very well. A form that you hate to see. A form that is Rin. Is going to look at you, Tony, and just say, "Do you remember me? You monster."
Is it my turn yet?
Not yet. So it's gonna do that, and got a bonus action. Is going to disengage. Bonus action disengage, and is going to, with blinding speed, move over here. Right in front of you, Tony. And places their hands on the bed in this very familiar form to you. And just go, "Do you remember?"
Tony's freaking
The
out
20th
for sure. Tony's freaking out for sure.
And that is going to be their turn. Tony, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Tony doesn't say a word, and she pulls out her maul, and I want to use Crimson Right.
All right. All right. Yeah. You use your Crimson Right. Go ahead and deal your self damage as a part of this.
I forgot what that is. That's an 8?
An 8 on your Crimson Right?
Or is that a 6?
It should be, I think,
Or a 4?
at level 4, I think it's a
Oh, it's
D4.
a 4.
It's a D4.
Okay. I take 3 damage.
Take 3 damage, and you get to add a D4 to your next attack. By the way, everyone else, when this form that shifts, looks to be a child form. Again, very pale white skin, silver eyes. So I don't know if you told me what Rin looks like yet, but we can discuss that later. But you do see that much. These forked ears. Just staring at Tony. Patch looks kind of similar to the first form that you saw. A little hard to tell. Okay, but you use your Crimson Right, Tony, as your bonus action?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, I got third.
Are you rolling to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not me forgetting how this works. It's only been like 2 weeks, bro. Do I need to roll a 20 first, or can I just roll to hit stuff?
Yeah, you roll a d20, and add your attack bonus.
Okay. 21.
21? That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
13.
Okay, 13 damage? Was that with the extra d4 as well?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Let me... 13. Alright. So you take the hammer, you, run your claws up your arm as you grab it, and lightning shoots off and just swing, and the figure, without breaking eye contact, just grabs the side of your hammer. It still hits them, and they wince a little, but they are focused. But they just grab the hammer, and they take the full impact. But they're looking at you straight in the eyes. Do you remember me? Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Vordia, it is Vordia's turn. Seeing a fight break out, Vordia is going to... let's see. Let me pull up Vordia's character sheet. Yeah, is going to step over here and unleash an Eldritch Blast. Saying, I don't know what's happening, but this is not a friend. And launch an Eldritch Blast. So that is going to be a ranged spell attack. I don't know how to play Vordia's character. That hits. And 1d10.
Amy, I have a question.
Yeah?
What's a critical hit? How do you know if it hits critical?
If you roll a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's really sad damage. 4 points of damage. Let me add that real quick. Okay. And I know Vordia has no bonus actions. Yeah. So Vordia is just gonna stand there and just look at you, Patch. Look at Tony. Tony, what's going on? And
Tony doesn't say anything.
that's going to be her turn. Next up is Patch.
Uh-huh.
It is your turn, Patch.
In theory, it would probably disruptor, break sanctuary, or whatever. Am I able to just stand up, run right behind the figure, punch right to the back of the head?
You can try.
Alright.
So are you gonna go into flanking?
Yep.
Alright, smart move. So yeah, that will drop your sanctuary, but that's okay. And
I'm sorry, Gab.
you crawl around Gab, like hop on the bed for a second, and flank around here. You have advantage. And actually, wait, do you have advantage? Because you have a thing. You do have advantage, yes.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot you have that as well.
I do.
Not you, her.
Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant in inspiration or whatever.
You do have that as well. Yes.
Yeah. Oops! I dropped my dice.
Oh no.
It landed almost in my trash can.
Oh no. Also, I'm just leaving it as the Annika figure because I don't feel like changing it.
I understand. That would be a 12.
A 12? That misses. So you go to reach for the punch in the back, and the figure just kind of like flips its head to the side as your fist goes in front of them and almost hits Tony in the process.
I am so sorry.
And just kind of looks at you, Patch, and just goes, "Let's try." Is anything else you want to do? You think you still have bonus action?
I reply with, "Don't patronize me," and then I just end my turn.
Nice. Okay. Gav, it is your turn. You there, Leif?
Wow.
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 Oh, sure, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was spacing out. What's going on?
So we are fighting now.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. Tony went crazy. Wait, am I getting hit though? Or is it? Oh, it's my
It's your turn, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hit Annika.
All right. You are not technically flanking, so
You know, that's okay. I don't think it's possible for me to do so.
yeah, not in the current moment, unless you were gonna try to climb on top of Patch or Tony or something.
I missed.
Okay. So you're whacking with your flail, and you like go to do a hit, and literally right after dodging Patch's fist, you see puts a hand behind them and kicks their leg up and just blocks your flail like that. They got some moves.
I hate this.
And with that,
So real.
it's back to their turn, back up to the top of the initiative. So they look at all of you and just kind of smile, give this creepy smile. And let's see. Yeah, is gonna just attack. Just gonna attack Tony. So pulls out a dagger. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Oh yeah, this is a funky dagger as well. That's fun.
Huh?
Yeah. Let's see. I get to roll a lot of dice for this. So, just smiles at all of you and then just pulls out this dagger in a heartbeat and just shanks it into Tony. Straight, like, into the shoulder. And let's see. I need you. I need you and you and one more. Okay, not great rolls. So that's gonna be 7, 9 plus 5 14 points of damage. What?
Googly moogly.
I rebuke the violence.
Okay, go ahead and rebuke.
Make a wisdom save.
A wisdom save? Okay. Wisdom save. Does a of 17 succeed?
Yes, but you still take half damage. 7 damage.
Okay.
Radiant, if that matters.
Radiant. Okay. It doesn't, but good to know. That was 7 damage. Sure. I'll take that. And so that was first action. And is going to bonus action, pull out another dagger and stab. This one's not the cool dagger, so it is not going to be insane, but still. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Damn.
For a total
I
of
just made the rebuke.
29 to hit.
Yeah.
It's still a natural 20 though, so it hit anyway. And let's see. You're lucky it's just a dagger. And you're lucky it's not a great roll. So that's 4, 5, 9 more points of damage. Piercing damage to you, Tony.
Nice. That's so cool.
Okay. It's just going to look at you and say, "You didn't answer my request." Even better reason to do this. And yeah, that's gonna be her turn. Tony, you're up.
Tony's still thinking irrationally. Crimson right.
All right.
Mom.
Chink. Go ahead. Take another like slash that turns into lightning around the head of your maul, and just you go for another whack.
Okay. 20!
Natural 20?
Natural 20!
Oh boy!
Oh,
Okay.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. So roll your dice, then double the number, and then add the modifier. And also double the dice of the Crimson Right damage.
Okay.
Or double the number on the die for the Crimson Right.
Oh, holy moly! I love Google Dice. Okay, so you said two of the four, the Hemocraft die, right?
Well, so you can either roll double the amount of dice, or you can roll one die and double it, which is what I usually do just because it's faster. So
Okay.
yeah, for you double the dice rolls and then you add the modifier.
So double each roll that I died. I mean, dice that I
So
rolled.
yeah, you roll for your hammer is 2d6, right?
2d6.
So yeah, you would double each of those, and then double your Crimson Right damage, and then add your modifier.
That sounds like a lot of damage.
It does.
Okay, well, damn. Let me do the math. 10, 10, 8. So that's 28.
28 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of bring from you're still kind of like crouched on the bed, and you take your maul imbued with lightning and just bring it crack down onto her, and you're aiming for the head, but she uses uncanny dodge and whips her head to the side, but it still hits her pretty hard in the shoulder, so she halves that damage. So 28 divided by 2 is 14. She takes 14 damage. And is that your turn?
Yeah. Okay. And that thingy I got, the thingy. Okay.
Yeah?
So it says that if I get a critical hit, attack rolls against them are made with advantage until the start of my next turn.
Yep, so you will have advantage on... Wait, all attacks have advantage? Wait, I think so, yeah. So everyone has advantage until Tony's next turn. Coming in handy pretty quick, huh?
I feel so powerful. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. How are you looking, by the way, Tony, after taking these hits? Are you looking pretty hurt or no?
She's about to pass out.
All right.
I'll heal you.
Okay, so with that, it is then Vordia's turn. Sees this quick scuffle happening. Is seeing as the Eldritch Blast didn't do a ton, is going to cast Scorching Ray. So boom at second level, because it is second level, and inside is a very, that's whatever. Scorching Ray is going, that's a ranged attack spell. Okay, that hits. It is 2d6 fire damage. I'll use my good and evil dice for these, just because it's fun. Ooh, those are good rolls. 8 damage. Still a far cry from Tony's damage, even halved. Okay. And that's going to be Vordia's turn. Patch, you're up.
Okay, can I go for a hit again?
Yeah, go ahead.
2 unarmed strikes.
Remember, you have advantage.
2 unarmed strikes right to the connection point between their neck and their skull.
That's a good spot to hit.
Pew pew. I'm glad this is with advantage. Well, can we just say I don't hit? I don't want to talk about it.
What did you roll? Okay, you don't
Sorry.
hit.
Yeah, I don't hit. I don't hit.
Okay. So you go for another punch. Did you go for both attacks?
Yes.
And neither of them hit?
Neither hit, no.
Okay. So is that gonna end your turn?
I don't got anything else to do.
Alright. So you stay there. Figure kind of like, as you go to punch again, does the same, just like catches your fist, looks back at you again, and say, what, you scared? And you can see you've done a little bit of damage to her. Done an okay amount of damage. And now, Gab, it is your turn. What you got?
Sorry. Wait. Sorry, whose turn?
Your turn.
Oh, great. Sorry.
You're good.
I was having trouble with my headset. I was like, I had to plug it in.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay on hands, Tony, for Tony, how much health are you missing?
I have 33 out of. I have 9 out of 33.
All right, I'll heal you 20. So you're 29.
Okay, so you're gonna shift over here to heal Tony?
Yes.
Here or here?
Let me see. The first one.
This one?
Yeah. Like
Okay. So yeah, you go ahead and give Tony a nice slap on the back saying, it's okay. You heal 20 hit points, Tony.
God.
Paladins, man.
That's everything I can do for the day for healing, but
Yeah.
good.
And is that gonna be your turn?
Let me see. That costs an action. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. It is going to be the figure's turn. Let's see. What are they gonna do? Let us see here. All right. They are going to. Well. Take disengage as a bonus action, and to avoid opportunity attack from Patch once more, and kind of shift down in here. Looks at you, Tony, again, and just says, "Your friends cannot help you here," and is going to once again go for a lunge with this with this really funky looking dagger. Oh, that's cocked. Ooh, that's not great. That's going to be a 12 to hit.
It does not.
Are you wearing your armor? Did you wear your armor to sleep?
We have armor.
Yeah? Did you take it off to go to sleep or no?
I mean, it makes sense to take it off, so I guess.
Okay. So that would, your AC would be 10 plus your dexterity bonus.
10 plus my dexterity bonus. It does not!
It doesn't, really?
I have 14.
Dang. Wait, you have plus 4
Damn.
dex?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I mean, sleeping in light armor isn't too weird.
That's true,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're fine. You just kind of like brush out of the way in your kind of fear. That was action, that was bonus action. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be their turn, unfortunately. Not going as well as I was expecting. But Tony, you're up.
Crimson right.
Crimson Right doing it again. And don't forget to do your Crimson Right damage to yourself as well.
Yep. I rolled a 12.
Is that with your modifier?
Oh, right, modifier. 16.
16. You go to swing the hammer, and she just moves her chin out of the way, and it just your hammer smacks into the side of the wall. It misses.
How is both missing each other? Oh my gosh.
All right, that your turn.
Yeah.
All right, on to Vortia. Vortia, seeing this opportunity, is going to come in and flank. And is going to use a melee attack. Wowie. Going to pull out 2 daggers and go for two stabs. That's gonna be, what is it? It's both miss. That's
Oh
fun.
my gosh.
So Vortia is like, I'm not used to stabbing people. But still goes for the stabs and is just like the figure literally like twists their waist to where the metal of the daggers clinks against other sheathed daggers. And just kind of just gives a little chuckle. Patch, it's your turn. Loris, are you here?
Hello.
I think Laura might be absent at the moment. Oh, you're here. Hi.
Just need a moment.
Yeah. Do you want to come back to you?
Hold on. Can I see the map of the?
Oh wait,
fight
yeah,
again?
that's the wrong thing. Whoops. There we go.
Yeah. So that one space to the right
Where?
of Annika.
Here?
Yeah. I go
Um,
there, and can I go there?
what's
even?
your speed?
30?
30, so that'd be 5, 10, or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So yeah, you could just make it over there.
Okay.
So you dart around Vortia, and you sort of like slide up on by the foot of the bed. Now you got making a full cross here. Double flank.
Ganging up on this motherfucker.
Double flank. So that's your movement?
Mm-hmm.
What else are you doing?
I would like to try to punch again.
Alright. Go ahead and roll
Just-
to hit. You have advantage from flanking.
Just one punch this time.
One punch this time. Two
Thank
punch
you.
this time. Boing, boing.
Okay, that's marginally better than last time.
Okay.
That one's not. Okay, so does a 14 hit?
Nope.
Okay. Then I miss.
Okay, so you go for your punches, and just like nimbly, just kind of like with one arm, just does like the like kung fu parry, just blocks him out of the way, with ease.
It's literally just the gif I sent.
Yeah. And is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. Moving on. It is Gab's turn.
Ooh, yay. I hit him.
All right. Yeah, you go
Or
ahead.
them, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit. You have an advantage from flanking.
Ooh. 17.
17 just hits.
Ooh,
Just
yay.
barely hits.
1d8 plus 6. 12 damage.
Okay. Is going to go ahead and use Uncanny Dodge once more.
Actually,
Oh.
I messed up. Actually, I actually got 16 to hit. I forgot something.
Oh, 16 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, that misses then. So you bring up your flail and you go to whack it, and in the same motion as parrying Patch's punch, just like pulls Patch's arm around and just uses Patch's arm to block the hit, before releasing.
I forgot I buffed my charisma, not my strength.
And it's going to be their turn once more. Let's see, I'm trying to keep track of who they've messed with. I think it will not affect too much. Actually, I know. Or no, that uses an action. Not gonna waste that. Just keeping focused on Tony is dodging blows left and right, and is just going to just pull the two daggers out and just at the same time just try to like go for a stab. Oh wait, what the heck is this?
Hug_the_bunny just redeemed Bet Opal.
Oh. Pet Opal, okay, bunny. Gave Opal some pets. So... Oh darn, that can only be good in... There are more people around. And, so yeah, just gonna go for the double stab. That is going to be... Ooh. Okay, the first one is going to be a 26 to hit. I assume
Yeah.
that hits. The next one is
I
going
think
to
it
be yeah. Next one is going to be a 14 to hit.
What is? I mean, that's the exact number. Does that mean it hits?
Meets it, beats it, yeah.
Darn.
So let's see here. Let's get our damage ready. That's going to be first one with the funky dagger. You need you. Oh, by the way, the funky dagger is dealing mostly poison damage. I forgot to mention that earlier.
That's not cool.
Does it like, I assume it doesn't change. You don't have any resistances or like vulnerabilities.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, but yeah, you just feel this just like poison just seep into your veins when it strikes. which is actually easier for me because then I can just roll all these dice at once and not care about the exact
To
numbers.
think I was thinking of choosing that one feat that made you like immune to resistance. I was like,
Okay, these are some okay rolls. Not the best, not the worst. That's gonna be 17, 23, 28 points of damage to
What?
you, Tony.
what? 28?
28
And
points
what?
of damage.
I'm down.
You're down?
Yeah.
Okay.
No!
Um
28 points of damage.
so unleashes those cuts and just yells once more, "Do you remember me?" In this form of kind of silver skin, silver eyes, and sees you go down and just starts just laughing, just rot, you failure of a creature, you monster, you ruined everything. And is going to then I could be extra mean. I won't be extra mean, I'll just be kind of mean. Is going to pull out another dagger and just set it at your throat as you collapse back onto the bed and just leave it there before with a free action to just pass something off, and then is going to, and also blood curse is gone at this point, is going to, how much movement do you have? Doesn't care about, you guys are free to make, literally everyone except for Tony can make opportunity attacks as they just dart out. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, gets to the door. And if any of you want to make opportunity attacks, except for, so if, I'll say Vortia probably will. The rest of you, yeah. Patch and Gab, if you guys want to make opportunity attacks, you
I
are
sure
welcome to. Okay. So yeah, Vortia is also gonna go for a little stabby stab.
Do I get advantage? Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. I got a 19. I guess I'll roll again and just get 20. If not, okay.
Okay, Vortia hits.
Alright, 12 damage.
12 damage, okay.
Yeah.
Is going to uncanny dodge that. Just like as you're leaving, like manages to like kind of whip around, and you just like nick the arm for 6 damage, and then Vortia does 5 damage, so that's 11 damage. Patch, are you gonna do an opportunity attack or no?
No.
Okay. In that case, as the figure takes these hits, turns around, and you can see looks to be taken some damage. Still got quite a bit of fight left, but has taken some damage. So they've not escaped, but they are at the door. Tony, I need you to roll a death saving throw.
Oh, come on. Get out.
It's your turn.
That's when I just roll a 20.
Yep. Looking for a 10 or above.
14.
Okay, that's one successful death save. So one step closer to waking up from unconsciousness. That is your turn. It is Vordia's turn. Vordia is... I feel like Vordia would rush over to you, Tony, and try to stabilize you. So yeah, Vordia is just gonna rush over here and roll a medicine check. The last damage you took, oops, wrong one, was 28, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's half of 28? That's
14.
14. Hi, Opal. Why are you in my dice box, silly? I need to roll there. Let's see. I'll use the good dice for Vordia. Okay. Medicine check. It's 11 plus. Medicine plus 2. 13. Does not successfully make the medicine check. So it's just like trying to patch you up or like shaking you, just like, Tony, come on, hang in there. And is not making much progress. That's gonna be Vordia's turn. Patch, it is your turn. What you got? Do you need a minute, Lars?
Laura messaged in chat.
Oh, Laura messaged in chat. Let me take a gander. Oh, I see. Yeah, you can try a medicine check. I was looking at the wrong chat. Yes, you can certainly try a medicine check on Tony. So go ahead and roll. You're looking to beat 14. Or get 14 or above. 11? Okay. So you also kind of go over to Tony and you're looking like, how can I help patch Tony up after getting just like stabbed brutally, and you're not finding anything. And that's gonna be your turn. So yeah, that's your turn. It is now Gab, it's your turn.
Ooh. Can I do detect good and evil?
Yeah.
It's divine presence, I think.
Divine
so
presence.
It's divine presence. So I get to know the location of any. Well, I'm sorry. First, I'm gonna run in the direction that thing ran a bit.
Okay.
Like 30 feet, and then I'm gonna cast it. So I know the presence of
5, 10,
any fiend, celestial,
15,
or undead with
20.
50 feet.
You can get right. You can get engaged with them.
Oh wait, they're still here. I thought they ran away.
They're at the door. So like right here.
Yeah, I'll run up and engage them.
Okay. And you're doing what?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. I thought they got away.
No, you're good. Is that gonna be your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. It is now going to be
Oh,
their
wait,
turn.
wait,
Oh,
hold up. Is Tony down?
Tony is down.
Oh shoot! I'm gonna go try to stabilize Tony.
Okay, do you want to redact that what you did, or
Yeah. I'm
okay.
sorry. I want to run up to
Yeah,
Tony
you're
and I
good.
want to make a medicine check.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Third medicine check for the clutch.
I'm actually good at the skill, luckily. So, well,
14,
kind of.
14 or above.
14.
14? Okay.
Alright.
Also, yes, Laura, the one knife is still on Tony. It's just rested at Tony, where Tony collapsed, or at her throat. It's just there. Let me click my things. So, hang on. Also, I need to remind myself what my own house rules for medicine checks. Oh, I forgot to clarify on that. Okay, you are now stable, Tony. You
Oh, thank goodness.
do not need to roll any more death saves.
Yay.
You're stable. You're still unconscious, but you are stable. And so let me pull this up. And so is that your turn, Gab?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The figure at the door here is going to turn around, look at all of you, desperately trying to stabilize Tony.
Desperately succeeding.
Yeah, desperately succeeding to stabilize Tony. And is going to it's just gonna look back and say, "Stay down," and pull out a blowgun and
Oh, come on.
shoot
I
a
think I
dart.
stabilized her.
Does have I will say partial cover due to just everyone being there and also the bed and stuff. So that's going to be 13. Yeah, does a 13 hit?
That's not.
All right. So this dart just flings past and like hits the where did Kyla go? Hits the back wall. And she just goes grunts and is going to take dash bonus action and just leave. Vanish into the night.
Thank God.
So,
Well.
that happened. Tony, you are still unconscious. Everyone, you're all gathered. All gathered here. I can hide this so I can read chat for Laura. You guys all see this knife just left by Tony. Except for you, Tony. Because you're unconscious. just a few moments later, Larry, Tony is unconscious but stable. A few moments later, you hear like a as Annika, and then Annika slides down the ladder. The actual Annika, at least so you think, and just looks at all of you, looks at the mess on the, like, the crack of the hammer on the wall, looks at the blood covering Tony. It's really covering Tony now. Looks at all of you, like, breaking out in sweats, and it's just like, what happened? I heard some commotion. Is everyone okay? Patch says no. Here, Laura, do you want me to pull up the voice chat, or the VC text on screen? Would that be helpful to you or no? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up soon, don't worry. Because that was a lot. So Patch says no. Annika kind of approaches Tony and the rest of you gathered. It's like, no. Is she stable? Cab?
Yes.
Can you do anything?
Wait. Can I make another medicine check to deal with like the stupid poison dart thing?
It didn't hit. But I mean, if
she's fine then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is
Yes, she is stable.
she stable? Okay, good. Can you help her anymore?
Yeah, I guess I could just. I mean, well, I made my medicine check actually. Yeah, I guess I could spend a few more minutes like patching her up, but no, there's not much I can. Actually, wait 1 second.
Any healing spells or anything?
Let me consult my notes. Gab pulls out his little like
His strange-looking Dungeons and Dragons character sheet.
his paladin handbook.
Yeah.
When am I allowed to prepare spells?
I think it's at every
Long
day,
rest,
right? Which you guys did. You
Yeah.
did take a long rest. Would you have prepared a healing spell?
Yeah. When we well, I hadn't decided. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's whatever. No, yeah. She just needs to rest. I think.
Okay.
That's what needs to happen.
Should we?
Actually, I probably have cure wounds to be honest. I'll hit with Tony with the cure wounds. Let me see. What 6 spells would I honestly have decided to prepare?
Yeah.
Blast, command, compelled duel. Yeah. I think it's reasonable to assume I'd have
I think
cure wounds.
so. I think that's fair. Okay. So you gonna cure wounds, Tony?
I will cure wounds, Tony. Yes.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
So go ahead and roll your dice for that.
Okay. What is cure wounds? Like a D8?
I think it is. It's pretty good.
I think it's D8 plus charisma. Could be wrong. Oh, shoot! I rolled a 1. 5 HP.
Okay. Tony, you are healed 5 hit points.
Woohoo!
And your eyes kind of, as you feel this like healing aura wash over your body, Your eyes flutter open, and you see your friends there, all standing around you, looking worried.
Oh, hey guys.
Tony, are you okay?
Oh. And she looks at the blood all over her, and she's like, "Oh, yeah."
Thank goodness. Annika kind of grabs your hand and just squeezes it real quick. And let's
Tony
go.
kind of pulls it away from her.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
There is a knife sitting right where you, like basically right next to you on the bed.
Did they stab me with a? Did they use that knife to attack me, or is that just a random knife?
Well, you don't know. Gab, you saw, and Patch. You saw, the figure lay this knife down.
Does it look like the fancy one?
It's not the fancy one.
It's not the fancy one.
It's just a dagger.
They laid it down as they left.
Oh, they left us a parting gift, I see.
So kind of them.
What are you doing?
I would like to. Tony doesn't know what to do. She just kind of sits there.
Okay. Patch says they were so thoughtful to give us a knife for free.
Tony smiles a little at that.
Do you do anything with it, or you like, or just kind of leave it there?
She just kind of looks at it. She's gonna grab it and put it in the bag with her rest of her stuff.
Okay. So you kind of scoot off the side of the bed real quick, and like, Vordia kind of like comes and like helps you down, Annika as well. And Vordia looks at you and is like, what was that? What happened there?
Yeah, we talk about it in the morning. I don't feel so good.
Oh, fine, fine. You should get your rest.
Thank you, I sure will.
So you slide the dagger into your backpack, crawl back in bed. Annika looks at Gab and Patch. You two seem unhurt. Was it just... what happened?
They really hated Tony.
Oh, goodness. I will see what I can do to try to secure
It's
my...
sort of personal vendetta.
I'll see what I can do to try to secure my locks and stuff. I'm really exhausted as well. Do you guys feel safe? Gonna say that's probably a no. Well, get your rest. I'm a little bit unsettled by this as well. I'm sorry I couldn't come help. What did they look like?
scary. She mutters from her bed. And ugly.
Anything a little more descriptive to know to look out for?
She stays silent at that part.
Patch says they were a shapeshifter. They tried to attack me looking like you. Annika looks at you, Patch. Looking like me? Why? Patch says, I don't know. I was typing. Patch says, they attacked me because I noticed their attempt to do something to Tony. Okay, well... I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try to secure up a little bit, and... I think we just need rest. Bless you, Tony.
Thank you.
Patch says they didn't change their shape with magic, it was something else. Annika looks puzzled. Well, is there anything else you guys would like to do before going back to sleep?
No.
I like sleep. Hell yeah.
Annika also looks at you, Tony, and says, I'll go get a change of sheets, and kind of scurries off, not very far, literally to the front of the room, goes into a little wardrobe, pulls out some sheets, and looks at you, Tony, with them in hand. Do you mind? I don't know if it's good to be sleeping in a puddle of blood.
Well, I guess you're right about that. It's probably not a good idea.
Okay, so you get up?
Yeah, she gets up and she helps take off the sheets.
Okay. So the two of you take off the sheets and, put them back on in a few minutes, or put the new ones on. Annika just kind of takes the bloody ones and just kind of wraps them up and places them at the side. Actually, does Annika have prestidigitation? No. So... You guys, finish that. Tony, you crawl back in bed. Anyone want to do anything else? Going once? Going twice? Alright. Oh, Laura. Tony is still covered in blood, Glitch, but it's not sleeping in a completely blood-stained sheets, which is a little bit better.
She doesn't care at this point. She just wants to sleep.
Yeah. Laura says, Patch moves closer to where Tony's sleeping and sits down, staring at the door. Doesn't shut down or anything, just stares. Okay. Laura, if you're gonna do that the whole night, you will, in the morning, have 1 point of exhaustion. for not sleeping. Alright. Good friend. And, you will gain the benefits of a long rest, just because it's still a period of non-activity, but because you're not sleeping, you will, or I guess powering down, you will, still wake up with 1 point of exhaustion. And so Patch sits down, plops down, at the foot of the bed, and just stares at the door. An ever-watching sentinel. Vordia is going to go back to her spot on the, where against the wall, and just kind of lean up against and go back into a trance state, meditating. Gab, are you doing anything?
I'm finishing my sleep. I want my sleep.
Okay, you crawl back in bed, and with everyone seeming to kind of still tense, but relax a little bit, Annika is going to just move some, like, crates in front of the door from the lab upstairs before going up and clambering back onto the roof to finish the night out. And that is going to be where we're going to end session.
Woohoo!
Well, that was spooky.
That was awful.
What'd you guys think? I know, Laura, you said you might be heading out. I had fun with that.
That was fun, but so nerve-wracking.
Yeah. You guys actually did really good. That was supposed to be a lot more terrifying than it was. I did not roll very well.
Thank God. I would have gone down way faster if you had rolled better.
Yeah. I mean, that was the point.
I don't want to go down, dang it.
Slowly making all of you confront your pasts. And by slowly, I mean kind of quickly.
Every session, something new.
I mean, Patch is, or
Yeah, jump
Gab,
scare.
Gab is a religious prophet, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. But, like, actual time period of, like, what happened in that session was, like, pretty short, but so much happened there. Past 2 sessions, man.
Yeah. Last session we saw Fate God, and this session we got attacked in our sleep.
What else is new?
But
Laura,
also Gab
Munchkin
had like that
download
debate with
corrupted.
Fate God, so that was
No!
pretty cool.
Yeah, you guys are going off. I'm having so much fun. You guys have the best characters and the best role plays.
This is quite fun, indubitably.
Indubitably. Laura, are you sure the Munchkins are real? You were role-playing good, Laura. Don't you worry. Plus, Glitch is saying that was the best session yet by far, which is is very, very sweet.
Additional points for moving next to Tony.
Yeah, you get additional friend points.
Friend
Patch.
points.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed. Let me see if there's anyone we can raid on Twitch. I forgot they were streaming, actually.
I can't wait to eat some shrimp fried rice.
I want chocolate, even though I had chocolate, like, not long ago.
I want chocolate.
You should get chocolate.
I don't have chocolate except the moldy chocolate in my fridge.
No. Oh, there is someone we can raid. This is a friend of mine. This is a friend of PJ's. They're playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Isn't that the car game with soccer?
No, that's that's Rocket League.
Oh,
Rainbow Six Siege is a FPS.
I'm sorry, there are so many of them. I get them all confused.
There are. But anyway, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for the game. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna raid my friend Lord of the Bees. Blah. I'll see you later, Salt.
Alright.
Woo! Bonk. And for those of you who are, joining the raid, be able to go and send my love, and I'm gonna go to bed. You all have a good night's sleep and all of that, and I'll see you guys next week.